my God. I have been thriving on this. Did you finish both of them or did you?
I skimmed.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But the thing is, Twist and Dismount were so memorable that like you can't forget these two. You cannot forget these.
I was like crying at the end of Dismount again the other night, and it was just
the airport scene is what gets me every time.
Dude, I had to tab that. I tabbed so much in Dismount that I was like,
good Lord.
Okay.
The airport scene.
Oh, very emotional.
Hello,
all right. Hello, everyone. There we go.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to the Off Balance Readalong live show. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, we already got a comment about the airport scene. Let's hear
cry. I don't even cry. I don't cry in books, but when they were like struggling to leave each other, I was like, stop.
So brutal. So brutal. Oh my God.
Good gracious.
No.
That's like that scene and then what happened at the end of Twist are like the scene.
Okay, so if you're here, everyone, be aware that we are going to be talking about Twist and Dismount and the series overall as a whole. So if you have not read Twist and Dismount and you don't want to be spoiled, click out of here right now because we will be talking about all of the stuff that happens in this series. And if you haven't, then I highly suggest you click out because even if you're like, I don't care about being spoiled, you should care about being spoiled.
You should care.
You got to experience it yourself. So just warning everyone up front here. Yeah. Okay. Caitlin, out of the Twist and Dismount, which one is your favorite?
Twist, because I felt like that was their breaking moment, like book. Like not breaking moment, but like turning point book, where they kind of just came to terms with how much they really care about each other.
Agreed. You really see their growth a lot in that one.
Especially that 50-page long scene.
I just filmed a video the other day of tier ranking romances based on spice, and Twist was one of the ones that like my random number generator gave me, and I was like, this gets God tier. God tier. Like, because it's also that intermixed with fighting and them like having so much tension built up between the two of them and so much anger and frustration and hurt. 3 books worth leading up to it.
And then it's like the fact that we knew he was going to be mad she slept with Hayden, but obviously we didn't know he was going to be that mad that she slept with Hayden.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then her was upset.
I know. And then her carving her initial into his chest. I remember when I first read this book, because that was like before I really read like a lot of dark romance, or like now like anything like that would not faze me at all. But this was kind of the first time I'd ever read Knife Play before. And I remember being like,
you're like,
sure.
I didn't know. He was just like, do it. He was like, do it.
Oh my God. So good. Alyssa, I would agree.
I agree.
Supreme. So good. And I love that he held strong and he was like, no. Yes. It was like his turn because like for a while he was trying to like be the one to talk her out of it.
It was a flip-flop.
Yeah. Again, showing their maturity.
They needed that time apart.
They did. They really did.
Same girl. Same.
So good.
I didn't know what to do. That fight was a lot.
Yeah. And I remember even reading it thinking like, is this gonna end happily? Like I genuinely was kind of like, I don't know how these two are ever going to be together and like make it work. Like I just felt like there was so much damage between the two of them that time apart really was good.
How were they gonna come back
for a long epilogue?
Right.
So good. Yeah, I agree. That's a rough scene. Again, with the back and forth, hot and cold.
Because the thing is, the Olympics, I liked like the Olympic scene setting as a whole because I just felt like that was the culmination of, because I think I said this in my vlog, Rhea did suck as a gymnast when the series first started. Yeah. And you can tell she had growth. And so to see her like winning medals and achieving all her dreams, and like watching Kova be there through it all. Even the part where like they like tried to dock her for the point, and he was just like, "Here's my cash, like check that again." I was like, it was so intense.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes, I love just how she fought so hard for her dream, but he fought just as hard right there alongside her. And I can't. They're just perfect. Oh.
Like she achieved her dreams, and I felt like we had been there with her. Like even especially like with her like her health and how like it kept deteriorating. Like she fought through all of that, and we were with her while she did that. Like I don't know, that's what made me so emotional when like she won at the Olympics, because I felt like I was winning at the Olympics.
You did, because you feel like a third party with them. Like you've been there every step of the way with them too. So it almost feels like you're accomplishing something.
I got a gold medal.
Yeah, when someone asked what I did that weekend, got a gold medal at the Olympics in the book I was reading.
Right. With some backflip I can't name.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's also like a rundown in gymnastics education. Oh, how cool.
That is cool.
We need to go visit Amelia Island. Road trip.
Take pictures. Oh, you better not have slept with him. I was like, that did not age well.
Nope.
That didn't age well at all.
Nope. And I'm glad that Rhea did. I feel like that was necessary for her, honestly, to sleep with someone else. Especially
considering
only at first.
He hadn't completely stopped sleeping with Katya, so I felt like she needed to get her she needed to get her little time in too.
Yeah. Like, come on. I mean, he has a literal wife. So when people hold that against her, they're like, how dare she? I'm like, he's literally married.
She could have slept with Kova all throughout that book after she found out he was married, and I wouldn't have been mad at her at all.
Nope.
I was like, get yours.
Yeah, I remember not liking Kova, but I was never like, I remember Tori like hated him at the end of Execution. She like was legitimately like, I hate this guy. And even Jess, when she was reading it from Honest Fiction, she was like, I hate Kova. I feel like I never hated him enough. I was kind of like,
I didn't hate him. It was one of those things where you were frustrated, because the thing is, if you kind of like had been paying, like if you had been paying attention, you knew he didn't just marry Katya just to like, because he wanted to be with her. You knew at some point it was going to come out that he was doing it to protect her in his own twisted way.
Yeah, like communication could have been better. Like at the end of the day, he had his reasons, and
he did, and it worked. And it worked.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It consumes you when I don't know what it is.
You can't stop.
No, so addicting.
That was my only complaint about Dismount, which is why Dismount was not my complete favorite, because I wanted a more detailed epilogue in terms of like, I know we got to see a little bit of what happened in their reunion after, like in Out of Bounds, but I would have I'm like an epilogue girly, so I would have liked to see more of like what happened after she opened the door, like at least the conversation.
Okay.
Just the conversation, at least a little bit, because then it went from the conversation to them years later with kids.
Yeah. Actually, I would like a conversation. I feel like I'm pretty satisfied with that, because I don't need like I'm not an epilogue type person. No, I don't. Once they're together, like I don't need to see it.
That's it.
I actually really love the epilogue in Dismount, because it's long and it covers like a lot of bases, and like with their kids and stuff, and we still get to see them like very happy, very in love, back at the gym, like love all of that.
I love the kitties. The kitties were so cute.
They are cute. Like, and I'm not even a kid person. I'm like, their kids would be really cute.
They were, especially because he never really wanted kids. And, she thought she couldn't have kids because of the, like, ongoing fertility issues with, like, her treatment. So for them to go on and have, like, 4 kids, it was just like, oh.
Yeah. Like, really special to see that. How do you feel, though, about her naming, like, them naming one Frank? Because I'm kind of like, I get the
I didn't like it.
No,
I didn't like it because I never liked Frank after the end of Twist. I still hate Frank to this day. Now, if I hated somebody, it was Frank.
Thank you. I'm like, this is weird. Like, he legitimately dislocated her arm.
You dislocated her arm. you made her miscarry her baby, and then you tried to get the guy she loved arrested, which granted, as a parent, I get he had his kid's best interests in heart, but also he took it a little too far, and like he kept taking it too far. And it's like at this point, she didn't have 4 kids with a man, and I think they still said he didn't really like Kova like that. He just respected him. I ain't like Frank. I ain't care. When they said Frank was dead, they said Frank was dead. I said good riddance. I was like, bye, Frank. Bye.
R.I.P.
Bye.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I agree.
And she was in the car crying, talking about he didn't get to meet the last baby. I said, yeah, but he don't even like your baby daddy.
What does it matter? I don't know. I don't care. I name him Kova Jr. Like,
right? Or like Constantine or something. Constantine.
Yeah, I don't know. Come on. Yeah, we got ideas here.
We got ideas that's better than Frank.
True. And especially like Frank. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Frank sounds like somebody with like, I don't know, like a limp dick or something. I don't know. I don't know. The name Frank ain't doing it for me.
See, I hear Frank and I think of, I loved the show Everybody Loves Raymond. That was one of like my favorite shows growing up.
I love that show too.
That's who I picture. So like, it's not a young little baby. I don't know.
No, not of Russian descent, like with a dad like Kova, and then your name's Frank.
Yeah, and also if I was Kova, I'd be like, this dude literally like had me arrested and like beat the shit out of me.
And Frank is off the table.
Yeah, I'd be
but that shows how much he loved Rhea.
Yeah,
that shows how much he loved Rhea because she really wanted to do it, and I'm like, happy wife, happy life, I guess.
Yeah. Good job, Kova. Listen to your wife. Joanna, yes, I remember the first time I read these, I was waiting, even in like Twist and Release, like when she started having health issues, I thought she was going to collapse at a meet, and then she never did, and I was kind of like dumbfounded that she made it through all those meets without ever like collapsing or something.
Because she waited until after the Olympics, and was she in college? I felt like, did she do it the summer between when she finally did the transplant with Avery? I couldn't remember the timeline on when she did the transplant.
No, I think she did that after she had their first baby.
Okay.
I think after she had their first baby, something happened, like her kidney failed.
Because I think
she was just on dialysis, like in college and stuff. Which still, like, that's crazy that I mean, I get it, fictional character, but like still thinking about doing all of that is just wild. Yeah.
It was necessary for her to like do her health and just kind of go to college and have like some semblance of normalcy. Because like at 18, like looking back, like I'm 28 now, but like 18 is so young. You know what I mean? Like she just needed to mature and make sure that like he is who she wanted. Because like he knows he wants her, but she might not. He might not want him after she's gone to college and everything like that.
Yeah, and I liked that he let her have that college, or not like let her. He didn't let her do anything, but like that he kind of stayed away while she had that college experience. Yeah, like let her.
But those journals though.
When he would be like, "I hate myself. Why did I do this?" I was like, "Oh, Kova."
And then when like you knew he was gonna pop up. When he didn't send the last journal, I was like, that man about to hand deliver USPS next day delivery with that journal, and here he go at the door, and she's like, "Where's my journal?"
He's like, "Hello, my leash." Okay,
I bet she got pregnant right there with the first child.
Oh my god, I would have. Oh my god, anytime he says that,
I bet you that reunion was emotional.
Oh my god. Actually, now that you brought that up, I never once thought about that, but now that you brought that up, I can't get that out of my head that I would have loved to see their first conversation together.
Because we kind of got, like, I remember in Out of Bounds a little bit during the interview with Kova, and then with one or two of the deleted scenes, I think she kind of hinted at some of the things like that they did together after that reunion. But like, I don't think we'll ever get like just like an actual full chapter dedicated to like that conversation, though I'm sure it was a lot of them like crying and talking and getting reacquainted with each other. But it would have been nice to see it. That would be like literally that's the only thing I would have added to the series is like maybe that chapter.
Yeah, because you could have done that at the end. Like, you could have even ended that and then done, like, epilogue of, like, that conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and then epilogue, whatever.
Of
Was
the
it, like,
kids.
10 years later or something?
Yeah.
Like, you could have
Mm-hmm.
done that after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And this is my favorite part about the series is seeing
Yes.
them, like, in their coach-athlete dynamic. Like, I
As a
love them
team.
as, like, outside, but yeah, the team aspect of it, so good.
Because ultimately that's how their relationship started.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I read them at a time when they were all out because I cannot
Agreed.
imagine waiting for those. Like, no, thank you.
I thought you were exaggerating when you told me the cliffhangers would be like bad, and I was like, they can't be that bad. And I was like, I need the next book now.
Yes. They're like, I would put them up there in like what? Probably the top 3 worst cliffhangers of series that
I
I've
would
ever
agree.
read. Like,
I would agree
they're
with that.
brutal.
Because to
So
me, like in the whole series, the cliffhangers with to me execution and the one at the end of Twist were the worst ones to me. Because like with
yeah.
execution, you see the fallout of him getting married, and then
Mhm.
at the end of Twist, you obviously don't know what happened to the baby until you
Yeah.
get to Dismount. But all
Yeah.
you know is that now they've been found out. So like it's like what is
Mhm.
about to happen?
Yeah. What happened with Kova? Like, where's he at? What's he doing?
Right.
So bad. Yeah, and releases is bad, but at least, like, I don't know. With that one, you kind of know that she's obviously not gonna die because, like, what does that do for the series then? But I think it's more like, what does it do for her gymnastics career? Like, and is she
Exactly.
going to have to stop? And like the first one is kind of bad too with Hayden finding them because again, it's kind of like the found out, but it's not as like high stakes as obviously when Frank finds them
The
out.
dad. Ugh, Frank.
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 Ugh.
Yes, because I was gonna be like so mad if they let her. You know, like sometimes authors will let them go to the Olympics, but then she wins like, oh, third place. She doesn't actually get gold. I was happy that she let her like actually like medal up.
Yeah. Yes. It was so nice to see that.
Like
Felt
she
like
improved so much.
she did. Yeah, because she came in thinking she was hot shit, and Kova quickly humbled her and was like,
She couldn't even do a split. He's like, you can't do a flip, you can't split, you
no.
can't do nothing.
Oh my God. He really like she had to go like be broken down completely and like built into the gymnast that she was. And it was very like
That's
cathartic
perfect.
to see.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really was. It really
It
was.
is. Her writing is just phenomenal. Like
Love.
amazing. That sucks.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's fair. Yeah.
Oh, that vessel's funny though.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mhm.
she already knows she egging this man on, and like you could see him
Mhm.
like boiling when she
Yeah.
kept talking, and he's just like, stop talking. And
Oh,
she's like, we did it here and we did it here, and he's just like, I'm about to like punch this wall,
yep.
which he did. So
Yep. And then when he's like, "Well, let me show you how like I can do things to you that he could never dream of." I was like, "Thank you.
show
Thank
her
you
what
for
she
your
was missing.
service."
Mhm. Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
hello. Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah. If he's an asshole, I'm fine with it. Like I think there's
Fine
only
with it.
one hero that I've ever truly hated, and that's Noah from Truly by Carmel Rhodes. I think he is truly one of the only heroes that I've ever
Really?
read, like an asshole that I absolutely loathe. I hate that man.
If you hate him, then I'm not gonna read it.
Oh my god, dude! I literally. We'll talk about it later. I'll get into it
Okay.
right. But I hate that character so much. Oh my god.
Well, that's what the reviews kept saying is that he's a bully, which is why I never picked it up. But for you to say that, I'm gonna be
He's
like,
a bully to
I
the
don't need to pick it up.
max. Oh my god. Yeah. We'll chat. We'll connect. She is at the baseball field still with
Mom
her
duties.
son.
Mom duties.
Yep. Hello.
Hi. The whole
Okay.
series threw us off.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so behind on comments that I don't even where was my
We're
oh
just talking. We're just talking.
I know. Okay, here we go. I'm back. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Because you just knew.
Yeah.
It was like by the time they reunited, I think she had like gotten towards the end of college, right?
Yeah, so I think when it said like 1 year later and then like 2 years later, it wasn't 2 years after the 1 year later. It was like 2 years after
the end of the airport scene.
Yep.
That's what I thought too.
So it was like college.
Yeah.
Basically for her. Yeah.
Because I think when he popped up to like her college apartment or dorm or whatever she was staying.
Yeah, like she was still on campus because she was talking. It was like New Year's Eve or it was a few days after that or whatever, and she was talking about like being out and drinking and stuff. So, hello.
Yes, Frank.
I'm kind of like Frank.
Right there.
You're dirty too.
You dirty man. But I loved her relationship with her real mom.
Me too. That was something that I didn't know that I needed until she popped up and like that developed. But it worked.
She needed a win for how horrible her mom treated her, and even knowing like why her mom treated her that way, it was still like I'm happy because then it's like her dad was on whatever he was on after he found out about Kova. But even in the hospital, like at the beginning of Dismount, like her mom, like was on Frank's side because she understood why he was protective, but also she's just like, I'm here for you as my daughter, and I understand you still love him.
Yeah, she needed an ally. She really did. Say hi, ally. Ally.
Did the math. Yeah, it was written a little confusing, but I think when you realize she was still in college with each like year that was passing, that's when you realize she was counting from the end of the book.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I get it. I just think like you can't point fingers, Frank, when you
He can't. Yeah, Kova was out there just popping my. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
No. Okay, I kind of feel the same way about Joy coming back because here's the thing. I actually kind of like that we had one more with her, like one more scene to kind of get that closure. However, I thought it was so out of left field when Joy was like, I've actually been to all of your competitions. I just never told you. That's so out of line with anything that we've ever seen from her.
It doesn't redeem her for me.
No, absolutely not.
I'm like, okay, great. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Like, okay, Joy, you know what, Joy, get out here. And also, here's the thing. Now I think about Xavier and Avery's book. I'm like, are we going to get more of Joy back? Because she's still Xavier's mom. I'm like, do we have to deal with her again?
Unfortunately, we will, and I'm already disappointed. So I'm like, I'm gonna be skipping.
We're gonna be back with, and Frank's gonna be alive again in that book. I doubt she's writing it when they're 50.
Man, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, only 3 years.
Yes.
I also love all little girls too. Like that's the cutest shit ever.
He's a girl. You can tell he's kind of a girl dad. You can see him being a girl dad.
Yes, 100%.
Not exactly. It's more of like like because literally, like she said, like Out of Bounds is literally like some of her like scenes that she cut out. Like there's literally no stream of thought when you read all of the like cut out scenes. They're not in any particular order, but there's no like actual bonus scene that takes place right after that. It's just like maybe scenes talking about how they kind of reconciled and moved on after that. But most of Out of Bounds I felt like was the interview between her and Kova.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. And then there's like an op-ed that she talks about like the series as a whole and kind of like everything that she went through with writing it. And yeah. And some more journal entries, like some random stuff from like their notebook.
I love the journal entries.
But, yeah, me too. I liked that inclusion of those.
He can write.
Yup.
Yeah.
The cheating works. It just does.
I think this was like my first like cheating book, though Nikki reminded me that technically there was cheating in Blockshot, and I was like, well, maybe I guess I liked cheating more than I thought because I was fine with Blockshot.
Yeah, and also here's the other thing in Blockshot, her boyfriend, whatever. Then how he's like, you can't be with him while you're taking care. I was like, you are not gonna emotionally manipulate her right now and saying like, because I'm sick, you can't see Jared. I'm like, just let Jared get at her.
Like,
Oh,
boy, bye. Like, the only reason, like, the cheating hit different in that book because, like, unlike other books where it's like the guy, like, the person cheating is like an ass, like, he was actually a decent dude.
yeah.
But also, I'm like, we know what the end game is here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Like,
know.
she's not gonna pick you. So
No.
just let her get with Jared, please and thank you.
Dunzo.
Yeah. I know.
I
I
couldn't
told her, I'm
do
like,
it.
you need to at least read Twist. I'm like, well, I told her
Yeah.
she at least had to read Release because she wanted to stop after Execution. I was like, you gotta at least read Release.
Keep
And then
going.
I thought she was gonna go back and finish. Now I don't know if she will. I'm gonna have
I think
to.
the only time, like, I took a break between Balance and Execution because I think at the time I had only the paperback for Balance, and
Mm,
then I ordered the rest and read a few other things. Because, like you said, the cliffhanger at the end of Balance wasn't as bad as the rest. But, like,
no.
once I read Execution, I didn't read anything else
Yeah.
until I was done
Yep.
with Dismount. I
Yeah,
couldn't.
agreed. And I used to never like read, I don't really read series like back to back. But with that one, I took a break between Balance and Execution because I read Balance for my first Banned Forbidden Taboo reading vlog. And I
Mhm.
still had 2 more books to finish for that. And that was back when I did vlogs. Like I was really good about doing vlogs. Now I'll go like literally 7 months in between books for vlogs. But back then I did that. And then once I started Execution, I like read them all straight through because you can't
You
stop.
can't stop.
They're so good. So good. The date out in the real world.
Undercover. Oh, does she mean the date in Dismount when they went out to like that town and the restaurant or like the shopping where they almost got caught? I think is that what she means?
Oh, that was how Dismount was. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Okay. I was thinking date is in like January 3rd or
I
something.
was too. I was too. I had to read it a few times and I was like, I think
Yes.
it means because that was like the only date that they really had the whole time.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Oh my God. I never thought about that. They literally.
They're always in her apartment or his house when Katya's not there or like doing stuff at the gym, but like they never actually went out to eat or anything like that, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, so true. And yeah, especially with how Dismount was plotted, never would have happened.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Sarah,
That's
excellent
true.
point. Never thought about that. Mm-mm. I would love a book from Kova's POV. Like if she ever wanted to
Mm-mm.
pull that, like normally I hate that. I hate when
That
authors do that.
Twilight, that Midnight Sun foolishness.
Like, no, I don't need that. I hate that. I think it's so dumb. I think it's a waste. But this, oh,
I would buy
I would
this.
pay
I
her.
would
I'd be like, Lucia,
buy.
if I give you like a couple $100s, could you give
Like,
me a
what's
Kova
your fee to write a whole new book? Tell me.
I know. Like, how much do we all have to pitch in to get you to write a Kova book?
Or like a novella. Like sometimes I don't know. I know an author has done this, and I can't remember who it is. But like a novella with maybe a few of the key scenes. Oh, Julie
Mm.
Ann did this with the Naked Fisherman duet.
Oh, okay.
She ended up in like the omnibus she did, like she combined the books together in one duet hardback, and in it
Yeah.
she included bonus scenes of some of the key scenes from both books and his point of view because it was only in her POV. So she asked in like her reader group, like if you could see any of the scenes from his point of view, which ones would you want? So I think that would be cool for this series. Like, which ones from all the books would we want from Kova's POV? Like that, I think would be a cool project. But I know like she's never going to go back into this world, but that would be a cool project.
Someone write a fanfic.
Like, please, somebody, anybody.
Oh my God. I would want to see all of the like Olympic scenes of him watching
Yes,
her and like him being so proud. And then the scene in Twist, like
yes.
him first seeing her like literally killing herself in the gym and being like, dude, like you need to like, I know you're sick. You like need to do
You
something
need
about it.
help.
Oh, and then in his POV when she tells him that she slept with Hayden.
Girl, I want to see the steam in his eyes.
God. Oh my God. He would be thinking like
Also,
murderous thoughts.
his POV when he found out she was pregnant.
Yes. Yes. 1000%. Oh my God. Yep.
Because I didn't see that coming. Like we knew obviously he was gonna find out, but I don't think I knew that that's how they were going to find out. And I certainly didn't know Frank's behind was going to show up like soon after.
No, not with him still holding the pregnancy test too. I was like, Kova, if you don't put those in your fucking pocket right now.
If you don't throw those down the toilet or something, that scene went from 0 to 10.
Yeah, so quick. Oh my God.
Good Lord.
BRB. Lucia, we just had an idea. Can you
please
for
email?
Yeah.
That's what I liked about Twist and Dismount. Well, Twist more so than Dismount, because like Dismount, they were kind of like separated because of Frank. But in Twist, that's what I loved, is how much he was more open with his feelings. Because was it Twist or was it Released where they had like the birthday scene with the brownie on the balcony?
That was Release.
Okay. So like, for example, like that scene, but then even more in Twist, like he was kind of over the whole, like, I can't show you affection type phase. And he was just like hugging her, kissing her, like wanting to hold her hand, which for Kova, you knew was like a big thing. Cause like he never did this in the first 2 books like that.
No. Oh, he's such like he's such a good partner when they're outside of all the toxicity and like hiding and like all that. He's like such a good guy. It's just it took a while. Took a while to get there. He's a project.
Like to me, I felt like the scene where like I knew how much, like obviously he showed how much he cared about Rhea throughout the whole series, but like the scene where he had always known that she had the diagnosis, and when they were in the gym and he was like, I already know like about your diagnosis, and I've just been, because he knows her so well that he knows she doesn't want to be coddled or babied, so he's like, I'm just gonna let her go and push herself until I feel like I physically can't watch her do this anymore. And I don't know why, I just love that so much, because I'm like, he's giving her the space to achieve her dreams, but at the same time he's like, okay, but like I love you and I'm not gonna let you kill yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Love. I think like that is what I love about that whole, like, leading into the rest of that scene. Obviously, like, all that stuff is fun, but it's truly that moment there between them in the gym when he like comes out with it, and you see how like hurt she is by knowing that
he knew the whole time. I didn't know. He obviously, nobody knew he knew until he said it in that scene, and I was like, oh, he's like known the whole time.
Yeah. While I would love Kova's POV, I'm glad that we didn't get it throughout the whole book, because we have moments like that, but
it would have given it away.
Story. I'd love to know.
Nikki!
I hope you're already gone, because otherwise
you miss
that would be bad.
Oh, right, Frank, right.
Yeah. She really was an ally. True.
Yeah.
And his whole story coming up with like, you're gonna tell people this. It's like, shut up, Frank. Just...
like he was coming up with like a whole story.
Yeah. Oh my God, he sucks.
He was hilarious in that interview.
He was. Oh my God. And that I cried at that interview.
Did you really?
Yes, because at the end when it's like they're saying goodbye to each other, and how she's like, I know I have to let you go and like live your life, and he was like, this is the end, and I was like, I'm so emotionally attached to words on a page. How does that make any sense?
I couldn't even tell you what I read after Dismount. Like, I just honestly wanted to stare at the ceiling and start it all over, because I'm like, are we really done? I was like, we can't be done.
No. And then, I mean, we get to this, and then we just keep on rereading, and we always,
so many emotions.
Always revisit it. Yes, again. See, I like cheating. Well, in books, clearly.
Right.
But I liked it in here too. Again, because the other dude sucked, and I'm like, JP's hot, so ditch the other dude.
It's justified.
Tori.
Tori.
I hope you're out of here. I hope you're not in here.
I hope you're gone.
Spoiled things. But ironic that you were here, because we were saying, I'm like, Tori, you better keep reading.
Keep reading. I've heard about the Jessica Hawkins series.
Me too. Have you read anything by her?
I don't think so. I wanted to start with that series with the 2 sisters and the brother. Which one is that? Something in the Way?
Something in the Way. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to try by her.
It's clean. The first book.
What you mean clean?
It's clean, because she's I
like,
read
no,
the first, it was
no
literally one
hanky
of the
panky.
No, it's one of the last books that I read at the end of last year, and I remember reading it, and I was, like, so excited for this, and I started it, and it's, like, 1991 or something, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
What?
so let's, like, time jump." No, it takes place the entire story. She's, like, 16, her sister's, like, 19, and the guy's, like, 20, 21, whatever. It never time jumps. It's, like, an entire book of them just, like, building this little friendship and him starting to date her sister, and I was like, "I don't need that." I coulda done, like, a few chapters of that. I haven't kept going yet
I
because
think
I
I
was so
think I
bored.
think I think I'm pass.
I don't know, like, dude, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe as a whole, like, maybe I'd give the second book a go, but here's the thing, so I downloaded the second book to then see what year that started, and it was, like, 1992, and I'm
Girl,
like,
stop.
"Go 1 year at a time?" Like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Not
I'm gonna try her
1992.
Mafia series next, the Violent Delight series. Give
Oh
that a
gosh, that
go.
was funny. 1992.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you is this a joke?" I hope so, but it's not. Ugh.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yes, I'd
Yeah.
love to do that. Yep.
Though, if we had seen it, we would have also been spoiled because then we wouldn't have, like, we all knew when we were reading it what she was walking into based on some of the things they were saying.
Mhm.
But I feel like, obviously, I prefer dual POV, but in series like this, I feel like she is one of those few authors who can pull off single POV because looking
Agree.
back on them having sex together the night before she found out they were married, you knew he was battling with something that he was keeping from her. Like, obviously, I don't speak Russian, so I didn't know what the hell he was saying, but you could feel it. You could feel it.
Yep.
And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, he's saying sorry, but like, what is he sorry for?
Yeah.
And then I realized that was a dumbass who didn't look at the cover of the book and realize he was wearing a wedding ring. But then I was like, oh, that's where this is going. And then, like, the way she finds out. So, like, if we had Kova's POV, we wouldn't have, like, felt all of the things that Rhea felt finding out how she found out.
1000%. Yep. And you know it's bad when even Reagan was standing there being like, "Ooh, that was dirty."
Sorry, girl.
She felt bad.
Like,
Rough.
she's like, damn, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't need Frank's story.
No, I don't need anything to do with Frank.
I don't want nothing from Frank.
Yes.
Shanora Williams has one.
She does. Coach Me. That's a track athlete. I will say those two don't give a single shit about them being coach athletes. So if you want angst, It's not in there, but it's a good book. Break for You by KB Rowe. That one is a volleyball coach and player. I had more. I literally did a Waking Olivia.
Elizabeth, is the Elizabeth O'Rourke one Waking Olivia coach athlete?
Yes. Yeah, it's track or cross country.
Trigger warnings for animal cruelty in that one.
Yes, rough. I know I've read. I literally need to scroll back. I know there's another.
This is a good trope wreck video idea.
Oh, Scoring Wilder is that's hockey or not hockey, soccer coach. And I think that's all that I had at this point when I made this video. I think that's all of it. Yeah.
It's a good trope. It
is a good trope. Oh, Supreme. Ooh. What is that? What sport is that? I haven't heard of that.
I don't know, but message that to me because I'm on my phone doing this, so I can't add it to Goodreads.
My Goodreads wasn't working earlier. Is it going to work now? Because I couldn't mark
Goodreads
Bloody
never.
Heart. And I was like, excuse me.
Are you done with Bloody Heart yet?
No, I literally started it today.
Are you liking it better now?
I mean, I'm only like 4 chapters in because I didn't have a lot of time between work and then like working out and eating dinner and getting on here. But I'll read more tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not like instantly hooked like I was with the first 3. But I'm like, fuck it. I just need to read this freaking book because I want to get to Kingmaker so bad. So I'm like, let's get this one out of the way so I can read the last 2 and then get on Kingmaker.
Like, if you had to pick one, like, though, not to read in that entire series, that one and Broken Vow are the ones that almost have like no bearing on Kingmakers because I don't even think their kids go to Kingmakers. Like,
and Broken Vow's the country one, isn't it? Because that
And I loved the country one, but also their kids don't go to Kingmakers. Like their kids, I think, grow up out in the country with them. Like it's a hot book. I liked it, but their kids don't go to Kingmakers, and the kids in Bloody Heart don't go to Kingmakers either.
Okay. Then maybe I might skip Broken. Well, I'll see how Bloody Heart goes. And
see how that one goes.
I might skip because then, because I really want Sebastian's book, and his is the last one, right?
Yeah, his is good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. So
it's one of those things where it's like it was good. Like looking back, I wouldn't have given it 5 stars, but also it was a great setup book for King. Because I think when I started reading Sophie, that book was out, but Kingmakers wasn't out yet. So like we knew a new series was coming, but like now that the series is out, I'm like, okay, she set it up really good.
Yeah.
With that
for
book.
Kingmakers, who's Dean? Who's his parents?
Dean is I don't know how to is this a spoiler? Dean is the son of somebody you'll meet in, I think, Heavy Crown, Sebastian's book.
Okay. So I'm most excited for that one just because everyone said like how much you hate him. So I'm hoping for like a Damon type arc from Devil's Night.
Hate that man. You're gonna hate that man something fierce.
So I'm hoping so because I hated Damon, and then by the end of Kill Switch, I was like, I'll literally fight for you. And then the Savage, because that's Nero and Camille's daughter, right?
That book is spicy.
I'm excited for that one because they're my favorite. I don't care how much I love these other 3 books. I really don't see anyone.
And they're very toxic. They're very toxic together. So you'll love it.
You'll
love it.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited for that. Okay. See, that's why I just gotta read Bloody Heart. I just gotta start banging these out.
You do.
I am proud of you. Yeah. Because when I read the series back in 2020, it got banned again when I had just finished Balance, and it had got banned. So then she had to do that. And that was like the 2nd or 3rd time that it got banned. So I'm really happy that right now I feel like a lot of people are loving it. I'm just always worried when I see people talking about it on TikTok of it falling on the wrong side and like her getting attacked again, because I feel like TikTok is not the platform for this series.
And she's so nice. She's so nice in person. Like she is adorable.
She doesn't no one deserves that, but she just genuinely is so sweet that
she is.
Fuck anyone. Fuck all those people who got a banned. Like that's ridiculous. It's paper. Ugh.
Definitely. That part was sad. I was like, this is the end of this world.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
It was so sad.
See, and I can't stand annoying ass sisters. Like, I mean, I have a sister and I love my sister, but like in romance, when it's like an annoying sister who got the man that the heroine really wants, I don't know why that grinds my gears. Because I'm just like, are we stupid or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
like, come on now. Just leave him.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I have any interest in probably ever.
You lost me at 1991.
Dude, because I remember I started that, and then I texted Cheyenne, and I was like, "Does this have a time jump anytime soon?" And she was like, "Just trust the process." And I was like, "You didn't answer my question. Does this have a time jump?" It impacted.
I'm a lawyer. I never trust the process. I don't trust the process. I need to know. Like, I will be messaging people. I'll be like, look, can you spoil this for me, please?
Yeah, because normally I don't care about being spoiled. A lot of the time, I don't. Like with this series, obviously, and like fantasy books don't spoil fantasy for me. But like romance, I feel like, for the most part, you can spoil stuff. And
we know they're gonna end up together. Like, just tell me.
I don't know. Although I don't want to be spoiled if it doesn't end happily. I love being surprised by that shit because I love like the emotional wreckage that it gives me. So I love not knowing.
No.
So like when I read Where the Mountains Meet the Sea, I was like,
yes.
I was ripped apart.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm so happy she read it, so I cannot read it. I was like, she's doing the good Lord's work.
See, I love it. Even like, I'm doing a video in a couple weeks about like soft heroes because it's like an opposite of like someone doing like really dark and like stuff heroes, which is like what I normally do. She normally does the soft heroes. So we're like, we'll swap. Here's the thing. I was like, have you read Full Tilt by Emma Scott?
No, and I spoiled it for myself, so I ain't gonna read it.
Okay. See, because I was like, oh my God, he's a soft boy. Because I have like barely any. I'm looking back, I'm like, through the hundreds of books I've read, I barely have any of these dudes that are like soft. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. And then I'm like, that's not even a fucking romance. I can't even do that one.
I guess that's a romance by the time you get to the second book. Maybe. Yeah. Yes, maybe. Because like if the first book alone, no.
Yeah.
Together, yes.
Yeah, so I guess like she eventually gets her happily ever after.
Right.
So does that count?
Yeah, somebody.
Yes. Oh no. So I'm like, I'll just won't include that. We'll see. Yes, I have not read that.
Culty is good.
See, I played softball, so I had a lot of women coaches, and that just doesn't do it for me personally, but and then when I played basketball, it was always like our friends' dads who did like our tournaments, and like I didn't really have friends with hot dads.
Yeah, y'all aren't cute.
Did you play sports growing up?
I was like in the marching band, which like where I went to school was like very rigorous. So like that was my form of exercise and cardio. Like that's how I have it. Like I have like not like a bad knee, but one of my knees acts up a lot because on top of the fact that like I had some kind of syndrome where like I grew too fast, I had like I hyperextended my knee one day running laps in the rain. And my knee has not been the same since.
Wow. Yikes, dude.
What
did you play?
I played the piccolo and the flute.
I played the flute too.
Do you?
Love
I
that
still play the flute. It's back there. It's in my closet.
Really? I wish I let my parents sell my flute, and I wish I didn't because I would love to like play it again now.
I still have it because I remember my mom was so happy when she finally paid it off. Like I never upgraded to like a fancier flute. I just kept the one I had. So like it's kind of like riding a bike. Like if I pulled out music and picked up the instrument, I can play it because like I do it every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I loved it, man. I loved it.
It's such a pretty instrument.
Yes. Oh, I miss it. That's the one thing I miss about like high school was like playing like musical instruments as an ensemble, like because I used to do like classical stuff in the spring and marching band in the fall, and so like in the spring we'd all wear like the black silky dresses and do the concerts, and something about like making the music together just I don't know, man, it just took you to another level.
It did. It was fun. Yeah, there's some stuff like that ow, dude, excuse you. That she just clawed my leg for literally, well, she doesn't have a reason. She wants laser light, but
I was just about to say, where's the remote?
I know, dude, I was already playing with her beforehand, and now she needs more.
Ivan was good.
That's the assassin one, right? Because I do really want to read that.
You have to read those before people will say read them as you're reading Kingmakers. I disagree with that. I think you should go ahead and knock those two out before
Caitlin, are you
Kingmakers. They're short though because it has a different effect. Because the thing is, honestly, if you don't want to, you just need to read Snow before the bully and Ivan before the spy.
No, because here's the thing. I'm a stickler about reading order. So, like, I will read it in order. So, wait. So, I finish Brutal Birthright, and then Ivan and Snow, and then Kingmakers?
And then Kingmakers, because Ivan and Snow, like, Snow is not much of a spoiler. Like, the guy in Snow, you're going to see him in the bully, like, he's a coach. In that scene, like, for him and Dean form, like, a really close bond. So, that's not, like, too much of a spoiler. But I can't say anything about how Ivan is related to the series. You just need to read it.
Okay, well, that's good because I actually really did want to read Ivan, and then I was going to jump into that one, and then someone was like, no, you need to read Brutal Prince, and then like start that way. So I was like, okay, I'll do that first. But dang, I got so many freaking books to read.
They're quick reads though. To me, Ivan and Snow were quick reads because like, I don't know, I just loved everything about like Sloane as like this female assassin. Like she's one of like the baddest heroines like I've met before.
I love that. Okay, I love a badass. So okay, you've sold me.
I like this. I know she like. What did she take out? I know she changed like the age. Like I know it went from like
age,
the location to make it legal.
Yeah. So it originally took place in Florida. She was originally 15. And I don't know. Tori said that there was a non-con backdoor moment, which I don't. So, like, I mean, I don't remember that. So that obviously was taken. But I don't know anything else. I don't know. Here's the thing. I quite literally already own 2 versions of the book, but I really want to buy the original ballad. And not to like even reread it. It's just like
just to have it.
Yeah, then I'm like, I need that one too. So it's been out of the Stock Honor store though for a while. But if I get it, then I'll probably like flip through and
look through it to see
what was different. Yeah. Because I am curious.
Me too.
Oh yeah, so yep. She changed it to 16.
And then she changed the state to Georgia, I think, where 16 was like age of consent.
Yeah, where Florida was not. Oh, yeah.
Because I think in Florida it may be 17. Shit, I don't know. Don't hire me as a lawyer.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what it is in Wisconsin. Like, I'm assuming it's like 18. I don't even know.
We don't know, child.
I don't know. I've never had that problem. I've never had to wonder that.
My mama did not let me do nothing in high school, so I ain't had any problems.
No guys wanted to talk to me in high school, so I never had to worry about it.
No, I was a nerd. I'm sorry. I was reading too much.
Yeah. Nope.
Powerless was good, but since we're on this live, I'll say it. I was talking to Cheyenne about it yesterday. I originally gave it 5 stars, but I went back and gave it 4.5 because it just didn't hit like Heartless. Like when you sit on it, it didn't hit like Heartless for me, but it was still good. Yeah. But I think she does better with like the enemies to lovers banter.
Okay. And this one is friends to lovers, isn't it?
It's friends to lovers. So it's like that they don't hate each other. Like they don't like not like each other. Like it starts off with them like getting along. So but like Kate and Willa, it was like this. And then with Rhett and Summer, it was like this. Yeah. So this one was kind of like it was kind of like a palate cleanser, honestly.
Okay.
Because the next book in the series, I'm not going to say who the couple is, but the next book is going to be, I think, similar to like Kate and Willa in that they are not going to like each other that much, or at least he's going to like her. She's not going to like him. So I think it's going to go back to like that banter, which I think she's really good at. Okay.
Interesting. I have heard that it's not, or that it's just not like a favorite. Like it doesn't beat Heartless. Which...
It doesn't. You know, like Heartless gets you. Like when you started reading Heartless, like I loved everything about it. Like had the feels the whole time. And Powerless, I had the feels because I love friends to lovers, but it didn't have like that like moment. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it.
No, but it's that intangible thing that you sometimes can't like describe, and you can't like say what it is, but a book either has it or it doesn't. And what else are you reading right now? What else are you reading right now?
I'm reading so many things. I just started Hail Mary by Candy Steiner, and I'm actually really loving it because I need the grovel to be good after how he did dog this girl in the beginning. And then I'm listening to an audio by Alexandria House. And when I'm done with those, I want to go back to Vicious Bonds by Shanora Williams because my paperback just came.
Ooh, exciting. That's a pretty cover.
It's so pretty in person, and it's matte, which is my favorite.
Matte covers for the win. I don't like the shiny covers.
I don't either.
Thank you. They don't photograph well. They don't show up well in videos.
Literally, like I didn't realize that. Like I'll hold it up and like the book just has a ring light when it's glossy, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put the picture up.
Yeah, it's like annoying that you wouldn't think about until you're in that situation to hold it up.
It annoys me so bad.
Yeah,
this is annoying.
Yup. I'm reading, like I said, Bloody Heart, and then I'm listening to Scarred by Emily McIntyre. I just started that.
Ooh, how is it? I haven't read anything by her.
It's good. I'm liking it more than Hooked. I liked Hooked. I just felt like it was really like overhyped in a way. Like, and again, like I kind of hate saying like it was overhyped because obviously if people love it, they love it. But I just like I've read better mafia, morally gray men, and I was kind of bored by him. But this one, it's like royalty in like the 1900s where it's like Scar and Simba, but it's obviously their people. And then the heroine is like betrothed to, or not Simba, Mufasa is like betrothed to Mufasa. But so Scar wants to take him down. His name's Tristan in the book. And then the heroine also wants to take down the king. And like, so they're going to end up working together, I think, and then like fall in love.
That sounds good. She's going to be in Book Bonanza, right? Yes or no?
She is. Yeah. Okay. So again, so she was one that I wanted to give like a second chance to. So that way, like when I'm there, like, do I want to prioritize like going to see her or not? So I'm like, I'll give one more book a go. So I'm trying to like start doing that when I'm looking to pick books out right now.
Same. That's what I told, who was I talking to? Can't remember, but I said, like, I'm trying to slip in, like, Seattle and Book Bonanza authors, and I think that's going to be a lot of what my March TBR is, too, it's, like, authors for Book Bonanza. That way, I'm not impulse buying on the day of.
Agreed. Yeah, like, I want to be smart about it, and especially, like, taking books, like, flying with books, I want to make sure that I'm, like, prioritizing.
I'm not trying to pay no overweight fees.
Hell no. And I'm playing on American, so I don't even get one bag for free. So like,
girl, I'm on American too, bitch.
Why don't we get free? Or maybe it was just like I bought the most basic ass tickets. Like you don't even get a free check bag. So
what ticket? I think I bought the basic ticket. I bought the basic ticket too because I didn't want to pay that much money. So no free. I gotta pay.
They're crazy.
What time are you getting there?
Like 10:30 in the morning.
Okay. I'm gonna be like the first one there. My flight gets there at like 7 something.
Wow, that's early.
It's only like an hour and a half. Like, well, technically it's a 2-hour direct flight, but because of the time change, it's gonna go back and out when I get there. So I'm just sitting there like, I want somebody else to get here.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure because I think my flight leaves here at like 7, and it's like what? Because I'm on the same time as Texas, so I think it's like 3.5-hour flight for me. I think I get it
Central time.
Yeah.
We're Eastern. Yep. We love grovel.
We do.
He really, like, that's honestly one of the best redemption arcs I've read was in The Bully. I liked it.
I'm very excited for that. I do have that on my TBR. I do really want to read that.
See, I've read one book by Michelle Hurd and didn't like it.
You didn't?
It was one that I talked about it in it was my disappointing reads, like of 2022. It was one of those mafia ones where it was like different mafia, like the Greek mafia, the Russian mafia, like owned by a senator. One of those. It was one of those. Yeah. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. Her writing was kind of all over the place. in that one. It was all over the place. They were like, maybe I should try others in the series. I just haven't been motivated to.
That's the thing that sometimes it's like that's why, like with Nikki reading Bliss for her first A.R. Breck book, I was like, dude, I promise you, like her writing is not like this. But when you're from that perspective, when that's your first book, it's like you're not motivated to pick up another one. So I feel like it's hard when you start off with one that maybe isn't like the strongest, because then you're not like with Jessica Hawkins. Like that was the first book that I picked up by her, and right now I'm kind of like meh about anything else by her.
It's too many other good books out there.
Yeah. There are no heroes, there are no saints. That one.
That was a good duet. It wasn't my favorite by her, but it was good.
I want to read that. I have the first one, but I have it in I have the old cover, which I don't think she makes that anymore, so then that bothers me.
What was the old cover? The one with the people on the front, right?
Yeah.
I have those. I don't have the ones with the snakes, but that's because I really don't like snakes, so I didn't want to buy those.
I don't mind snakes. I know when Mystic Box did Kill Switch, it originally had a snake on it, and then they changed it because so many people were like disgusted by it, which I'm like, that's kind of annoying. But also, if they would have put a spider on there, I would have been like, I literally can't have this on my bookshelves. Like, I don't care who it's by. I could not have a spider on my bookshelves. Like, that's my phobia. So, like, okay, I get it.
I just sold a book to somebody. I had like a special edition. I think it was like a spider romance by Tiffany Roberts or something. Some kind of spider human romance thing, and I'm not gonna read a romance with spiders in it. Like I just can't do it. The function of it all, I'm not trying to figure it out.
No, I can't even like I can't even like think about that. That gives me like the heebie-jeebies. I have such like a spider phobia that no. Penelope Douglas could write a spider romance and I would be like, sorry.
You ain't reading it. You're not reading it.
No. No from me.
Him and Sloan, what I liked about Ivan is that they were just such equals. Like, I love when the guy and like the woman are like, it's not like he's just like he's the dominant and everything like that. Like, Sloan arguably can beat up a person more than Ivan can. Like I fully believe that.
Okay. I need to read this one for her. Then I'm like more excited for her because I just love like
I really think you'll like Ivan. I think you'll like Ivan.
Okay, I'm excited.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
It's for you. Have your father Tyler Bell moment. Oh, interesting, Claudia.
I'd have to read it and see, like, because obviously I only read the revised version, so
yeah.
The only non-con scene, I guess, in this would have been when he recorded her when like she was sleeping.
Yeah.
So I guess arguably that's non-con. I mean, but she liked it.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a really gray area. So I do get why people don't like it, but at the same time, like for me,
I would like that. I would like it. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad. If I woke up and that's what was going on, because remember Rose and Connor?
Oh my God, yeah.
That's what I'm with Rose on that one.
Yep.
Rose.
Okay. Yep.
She the OG. Like, we've been wanting to do this.
Yeah. Yep. Good point. I didn't tell Nikki about the scene, but as soon as I reread that, because I kind of forgot about that, and then I told her, I'm like, there's a scene in Execution that you're gonna fucking love that I'm like, not many people do because it's so like
I loved it.
Gray area, but I'm like, dude, you're gonna love this scene. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, you got to get to it and read it. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but when you get to it, you're gonna know why I'm like, you're gonna love this.
Well, and I feel like the only reason people didn't like it is because he filmed it. Because if he hadn't filmed it, they are not the only couple in the world who does that. I mean, come on now. That's what a wake up call is. You know what I'm saying? So they were just mad that he filmed it. I'm like, so I get it. I mean, I didn't care. I liked it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Like, sure. I don't care. You get on with bad selves. I'm just here to enjoy the ride. So
listen. I'm not the police.
Nope. Hell no.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Oh, a romantic thriller.
Yep.
That's fun.
Kelly boy.
Ooh, low angst, but stepbrother. That's an interesting combination.
Stepbrother. So I guess you see, but then I don't like to pay shipping, which is why. But it depends on how much her books cost. Because one of the authors for Seattle, it's actually cheaper to get her books from Amazon and have them shipped to you, because I have Prime, than picking them up at her signing, because like it's like $5 or $6 more to pick it up, and I'm like, no sis.
Yeah, that's expensive. Yeah, I need to figure out what to do. Like I haven't really looked at pre-orders or anything, but I have like a spreadsheet with like high, medium, low priority. Like I have all that. I just need to start like getting
a spreadsheet too.
Yes, it's like I needed to keep my brain empty, because otherwise I'd be sitting here like trying to remember all that stuff. But I need to start getting pre-orders. I think I'm gonna pre-order Highest Bidder from Sarah Kate.
But I don't think I'm gonna pre-order that one, because I think she's one of the authors at Book Bonanza where her pre-order price is more than buying it online on Amazon. Because if you look at how much the other covers cost, like the other ones in the series, I think they cost more on her pre-order than they do on Amazon, even with paying to have it shipped. Because I'm like, do you have Prime?
No, but I use my dad's. But here's the thing: I don't always like.
Okay, you got Prime. Then you got Prime. So it was cheaper because it's free shipping for us. But I am buying that like anthology she's doing with all her short stories, Illicit or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I do want that.
Yeah, I saw her talking about that, and that how it would be like an exclusive. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get that. And then as I sat on it, I'm like, you don't even like short stories, Michaela. Like, you only want it because it's like exclusive. Yeah. If it wouldn't have said exclusive, I would have been like, I don't need that.
You can keep it.
Yeah. but then
That's
watch I'm
funny.
gonna see the cover and then be like, I wish I would have got that or
I
something.
want it. No, that's all I've done so far. Like I have a few pre-orders and like I have them split into like 2 tables. Like I have my pre-orders and then like I have like what I ordered, the price, and then like paid or unpaid. And then I have the books that I'm bringing in
I
another
started to
table.
track that. Yep.
Because I didn't realize how many I had that I could bring. And then I'm like, I kind of want to prioritize who do I want to, because I don't think I want to bring everybody.
Like all your books?
Right, like in terms of like all the authors, because like I know we'll have time, but it's like, do I really want to fly with all of this? Because then I don't know what I'm coming home with. So I feel like I just need to be strategic about it.
Yeah, I am gonna bring some book plates too, so that way for like
that's a good idea.
For like Kristen Beccarucci, I'm not bringing all of those books with me, so it's like I'm gonna pick a few and then I'm gonna take some.
I'm team bring all them books because they signed all mine. They were okay. I'm being a horrible
that entire white like line of books right there. It's all of theirs.
Look, you can't see it, but like that's my shelf up there. I took all of those and made them sign them, and they were so nice about it.
But were you able to drive with those, or did you fly with those?
Okay, I drove. See, I drove.
So yeah,
I did.
Now here's
drive. I drove.
Now here's the thing: if Penn was going this year, I would be taking every single one of mine. Like I wouldn't care. I would buy an extra bag.
Oh, they're not going to be there this year?
No. And I keep waiting for them to be like an addition, and they're not. Please,
added. Penn Douglas added.
Oh my god! Seriously, the day that if I feel like they won't do it because they don't like doing stuff like that. But if they did, I would lose my ever loving mind.
Girl, if they add Liz Tom Ford, I might pee my clothes.
Oh yeah,
I want her to fight so bad.
Have you asked her? Because you did like that interview with her.
I didn't ask her in the interview, but like I talked to her and her PA, and she's like they're working on it. But I know like with her schedule, I think she's just trying to get to a place where like things slow down for her since she's like a flight attendant, so she's kind of all over the place right now.
That's fair enough. Yeah, you don't have like a lot of stability with that. So
the name's Bond.
Yeah.
James Bond.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know what see this is my problem. I get so far behind in comments. I'm a bad host. I'm not good.
Girl, you better than me. I don't hold shit.
I realized when I was setting these up, I have 3 live shows that I'm hosting back to back to back at the end of the month, and I'm already dreading that. It's because I just don't I don't like host. I love live shows, but I don't like hosting because I don't like feeling the pressure of like being the one with the comments. That's like a lot of responsibility.
We're just sitting here like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah. See Ferreira. Oh, TL Swan.
See, I need to go back and see what made it like top tier Taboo, because I know people said like it'll ruin it. So I need to go lurking on Goodreads for some spoilers because I want to know.
Let me know, because that's the thing with TL Swan. Loved Mr. Masters, but I hated the stopover, and now I haven't. Wait, was it stopover, takeover? The first one.
I DNF'd one of her books, and it was like one of her earlier works. The one, what's the early one where they are like is it?
Oh no. Is Caitlin frozen or am I frozen? Who's frozen? Is that me or Caitlin? Someone.
Did it freeze?
Okay, you're back.
I'm back. Did I disappear?
Yeah. Well, no, you just stayed.
I'm back. No.
Okay. I was like, someone let me know in the comments. I'm like, am I frozen or is someone else frozen?
Because like everybody disappeared from me, so I was like, is it me?
It's you. You are the drama.
I'm the problem. But it's the one where they're like step siblings. Somebody in the comments, tell me which TL Swan book I'm thinking of. Like
they're step siblings. Interesting.
It's because it comes out that like it starts off with them in a tent, and then I don't know, her writing didn't work for me in that book. So I stopped. So I need to try something else by her.
Yeah, I have not read anything since the Stop or Takeover, whichever one. Stopover, Takeover, because I hated that one so much. But I really loved Mr. Masters. So
is that the one where it's like a nanny? Is that one? Okay.
Yeah, Nanny Billionaire or Millionaire.
That one looks good.
It was good. It was fun. It's very Grumpy Sunshine, which was fun as well. Sarah, here's the thing. I would love to do that, but I'm very bad at doing vlogs. We know this. And I'm also very bad at, well, here's the thing, not very bad. After this read along is done, I'm like, no more read alongs for a while.
No more for the rest of the year.
Yeah, because then by the time that I have read alongs and then book club picks, that's like a decent chunk of my reading every month.
That's half of your like TBR.
Yeah, it literally is. So after this month, like moving forward, then I only have book club picks for the foreseeable rest of the year. And I'm not saying that I'm never going to do another read along, but like for right now, we're done. We're done for a while. So potentially, Sarah, we'll see. We'll see. My Goodreads is also down.
I hate when this happens with Goodreads.
Goodreads is the stupidest app ever. Like, it's garbage.
And I tried to do Storygraph, but like I didn't make it past adding one book. It was too complicated. Maybe I'm too simple. I don't know, but I couldn't figure it out.
No, I downloaded it and then I was like, screw this.
Girl, I didn't even get, like, it was asking for too much information. I was like, oh no.
Here's the thing. I am a lazy girl to my core. So if I have something that like doesn't even work all the time, but it means that I don't have to put in the work to figure out something new.
Thank you.
We're not going to do it. Yeah. Okay. Stopover was the one that I read. They were both insufferable. It was garbage.
It's a no for me.
Zay! Hello.
I need to listen to her voice note she sent me.
I know. I have one sitting too that I haven't listened to since after work.
We just send voice note. We just send voice notes all day. Like I sent her one when I was walking to the car from lunch, and I was like, "Give me a second to breathe, girl. I just came downstairs."
Yeah, no, it literally looks like we don't ever text because it's just like the little voice memos that then they like disappear. Ugh.
Okay, I need to figure out what this spoiler is.
Ferrero Rocher.
What is right? Give me some chocolate.
I know. Oh wait, Claudia. Okay, do we want to know? I kind of
give me a name, Claudia. Go ahead. Go ahead, girl. Tell us.
Yeah, what's the one with the book with a similar trope?
I want to know. I'm ready.
I know, me too. It's like I don't really care about being spoiled. Like, just give it to us.
Hey, I want to know.
Oh. Yep. Throw it on the March TBR. Okay.
I'm waiting for Claudia. Come back, Claudia.
Well, at least I'm on top of that comment. That was only from 1 minute ago.
Come on, Claudia. Oh, somebody messaged me, man.
Yeah.
Don't make me go on Goodreads.
You need like waiting room music or like right? The do. Stop it. Are you for real? She
wrote. And I knew I felt like I read this somewhere, but I didn't want to say it. And I was like, I kind of want to still read it.
You charmed me.
You have drew me in. Thank you.
Okay, Sarah, let's revisit this vlog idea.
Right, let's go. I can make room for one. Oh,
you know what? Let me pull up and here's the thing, because I've been feeling terribly uncreative lately, so I've been really struggling to come up with video ideas. So you know what? Let me put this down on my little video idea thing. What was it called? Ferrera.
I want to read that. That sounds good. So is it like real half siblings? It's not that fake out stuff, is it?
It better not be like The Wild by K.
Right.
Webster. That was dumb.
I want them to like be related at the end of the book.
Yeah, if we're gonna go there, then we're gonna go there. Okay.
Like I don't want no secret parent in the woodworks that they gave them up for adoption. They not really related. I want it to like stay that way.
Yeah. Nope. That's fair enough.
Fair. It's hard for me to read stuff with Chloe in it because that's my sister's name. And
yeah.
I'm like, why does everyone like the name Chloe?
Ooh, and that is a popular one. Like, at least I've only found my brother's name in one book so far. Although Offsides by Avery Keelan, I just read that book. And
how was it?
It was great. Loved it. However, the ending, it easily could have cut down 150 pages. It did not need to be that long, but I really, really enjoyed it.
Ooh.
But here's the thing, the ex's name, they call each other by their last names a lot, you know, because they're like hockey players. And the ex's last name was one of my boss's last names. And it was just something about reading that. And then like even though he's the ex, at least, so like that was like a
It's
little bit better.
still
It was
like,
still, that's his name. It was a little
nah.
weird. It was a little
It's
too
a little weird, people. I don't like it.
yeah. I don't want to think about that. What, you want to talk about it?
Kitties.
Come here.
Meow meow.
Does it sound good?
It sounds real good, don't it?
Yeah. You want to read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
so funny.
You've read The Wild, right? By Kay Webster? You've read that?
I haven't, but again, I spoiled it for myself.
Oh, okay.
And once I spoiled it for myself, I wasn't interested because I was like, oh, if that's how it ends, I don't want to read it.
No, and also it's just so dumb because it's like them entirely in the woods, and the mom's like literally, can I tell you, if you don't want to know spoilers for The Wild, you can click out of here, but honestly, no one should read that book.
It's like, I don't really care.
It's truly not even about the like taboo-ness of the relationship. Y'all know that I don't care about that. It's the book itself sucks. And here's why. They are going out. They drop everything to go live out in the wild. Just the three of them, the dad, the mom, and the daughter. And they park their RV on the edge of at the edge of a cliff when they know there's going to be a huge storm. And the mom was even like, we shouldn't leave our RV parked right here. And the dad's like, it's fine. Well, what do you know? The RV blows over the cliff and the mom is like decapitated, hanging from a branch. And the dad and daughter, like 2 days later, are like,
oh, hell no.
Y'all be so for real for a second. Instead of turning around and going home, they just like continued living out in the woods.
And like the taboo-ness, like the taboo part of it doesn't bother me. It's just the fact that she didn't have to die like that. Like that was unavoidable. that was avoidable. Like you didn't have to do that.
It was so
But
bad.
then I feel like when you fake it out at the end, it's like, is it still taboo? Like I guess yes, but no, because if they're not really related, then it's not really going that far.
No, it's not like serving anymore, you know?
Thank you, Lexi. Yeah. That's all I hear about The Wild. I want to know. Yeah. Tell me.
That's all you need. That's all you need. You don't need to read it. Yes. Yes. She was literally just dangling from a tree and they like looked at her and then they're like, well, we better keep moving. I'm so sorry. Y'all needed someone to be there to be a voice of reason. So I think you were both heavily concussed and not thinking.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Like, well, stop.
Oh, yikes. Oh. I liked that one. I still want to read Blindside. I haven't read that one yet.
Blindside's my favorite so far, but Hail Mary's starting out pretty good. I only thing I didn't like about Fair Catch was the third act conflict.
That was so dumb.
That was so dumb, and I was so annoyed because I'm like, girl, come on now. Use your brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you just wanted to break up with this man for no reason.
Yep. 1000%. 1000%.
It was a 4-star, only because of that.
Agreed. I gave 4 stars too. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
I just be talking. Like, don't listen to me.
Actually, just like don't pay attention to what either of us say.
I really just be talking.
Feel free to disregard. But yes, the second a book gets banned, that makes me want to read it more. And I feel like that's what some people don't understand with like taboo books or things. But when like I hear that makes me more intrigued because it's like I want to push my limits. I want to like read something that's so far removed from reality because I think that's what I struggle with books like that are more like the like traditionally published ones that are very contemporary, whatever. I don't feel like they're escapism at all. Where when I'm reading about like a coach athlete getting together, like obviously that could happen in the real world, but like a relationship like this, it still feels like an escape from like real life, you know?
Well, that's why I tried this series is because like obviously we'd heard all the controversy like around it, but also I'm like, I really want to like push myself to try something different because the only people like the only reason I'm thinking it's like, oh, it's so bad, the age gap is so taboo is because of what people are saying. But to me, when you read it, this is literally just a regular age gap book. People are just mad that she's not 18, which in my eyes, now that like she's made the edits, the thing is, if it's legal, I don't really care. I'm like, I don't have to like it morally. Like, would I be mad if it was my child? Of course I would. I said, but also, this ain't what we talk about. We talk about a book.
Yeah, we're not talking about real life here. Like,
no.
And like you said, if it's legal, it's kind of like, we read tons of other illegal stuff in books. Like,
this is literally like Welcome to the Dark Side. And like, nobody shits on that book like as much as they shit on this series, but they have been writing letters to each, and I liked Welcome to the Dark Side, but they've been writing letters together since she was 7. And like, no, there was nothing romantic in the letters, but also like, come on now, like that was a huge age gap. And they also started like having sex together when she was 17, even though it was legal in Canada. So it's the same thing, except I don't know what it, like somebody said, maybe it's because this came out around the time with like the whole gymnastics scandal. I feel like it was just, but any other day this had come out, I don't think it would have gotten the flack it got, because it's a good series.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it was the timing of it that it came out. And I think back when it first got banned, like very first back in like what, 2019 or something, like I think maybe we just weren't like I feel like maybe dark romance or taboo romance wasn't
as developed
where it does now. But that's my thing, when anyone shits on this book, or especially people that love that book but then hate or like condone that book but hate this book,
I don't want to hear
the age gap. I'm like, first of all, the age gap in here is smaller, and they literally didn't correspond when she was a child. So, but like I said, I have no problems with Welcome to the Dark Side, but I'm just
like, come on now, a child, 7.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, you want to talk, like, Wanting Mr. Kane by Shonora Williams, granted, like, she's 18 when things happen, but she, like, grew up with Quentin around. Like, he watched her grow up. So I'm like, so are you going to get mad at that? But, like, because she turned 18, that it's all, like, fine.
Same with Torn by Carrie and Cole. I loved that one. I loved it. Loved it. And, like, people like that book, but then they don't like this. And I'm like, there is nothing about this one that is, like, to me, out of the ordinary of any other forbidden age gap book. Like, nothing about this. Like, yes, it stood out because, like, I loved this series. But in terms of saying, like, oh my gosh, people were acting like it's so forbidden.
Yeah.
Like, what is, like, and honestly, that made me pick it up because I'm like, what is so bad that people keep talking about it? And I did go into it with the intentions of not liking it because, I mean, it's me. But I was also like, oh, damn, I'm liking this.
Yeah, like, it's actually amazing.
Like, maybe I'm more toxic than I thought I was.
Oh, yeah. Yep. See, I've been knowing that I'm a toxic bitch.
So
that's the thing. Like, I'm always like, I do have to keep that in mind, that it's like, that's very much my taste, is like this kind of toxicity that exists in here. But, you know, not
sometimes you want that. Sometimes you want that drama. I'm about to read one book. I'm reading another series. It's by Alexandria House, and that's how I got into like that. The books with like the guys on the cover. I think it was like Let Me Love You. I was talking about it in my story yesterday. But this series comes first, and then she has another series. And the first book in that series, I think, is like about cheating, because it's like her boyfriend is like a playboy, and I guess maybe like he has the main chick, which is like his heroine, but I guess maybe he's not faithful to her or something like that. And so I guess maybe they're gonna have to try to figure out, like, do they want to make it work? Is he finally gonna settle down out of his cheating ways? And that intrigues me, because I'm like, I want to see what kind of like groveling he's gonna do, because like she's not cheating, he's cheating, so I want to see what's up.
Yeah, like, I want to see that grovel.
I want to see how that plays out. I want to see it.
Yep.
That series covers which series?
I think the Candy Steiner ones, the Fair Catch and Blind Side, and then Quarterback Sneak. I do have to say, I don't really like the Hail Mary one at all.
It's okay, but I think, and I get, like, we want hot guys on the cover, but also these guys look way too grown.
Yeah.
For it being like a new adult book. Like, these dudes are like 22, 23.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I truly think the best, like, just basic male covers, not like basic, but like only having to do it on them, are the Kingmakers. Like, those guys on those ones. Scrum diddlyumptious.
Delicious.
What was I going back through our text? I think maybe I was looking for your address. So I was scrolling back through our text thread, and then I found those pictures that you had sent me of the one cover models, and I was like, oh my God, I was literally like in line at the post office, and I was like, get out of here.
Abort!
Oh my God, wild. But then later I was like, oh.
Let me go back to that. Let me scroll over
Yeah,
there.
let me go back and check that out again.
No, Sarah Kate's male covers are cute too, because the guy who's on the cover of Give Me More, I follow his Instagram, and he does like the little, not Magic Mike, but he does some kind of show in Australia where he be like stripping on women. The girl, his booty cheeks be out on his Instagram. I love it. I'll be watching it. I'm about to start sending them to you just to be funny.
Yeah, please do. You will make my day.
Girl, I just be like, how do I get tickets to this show?
Wait, where does he do this show?
He does them, I think, because he's Australian, and I think it's like is it like Triple X? They have like a name, like it's like their version of Magic Mike. Okay. And like, I guess if you can pay like extra money to be like on the stage and sitting in the chair, and like he's like dancing on you, but like this man don't have no clothes on, like no clothes. Like I don't think it's like an illusion or anything, like no clothes. And then like he has like a water bottle and it's just like doing all of this, right?
Okay, because see, Caitlin, if that would have been like out in Las Vegas, I would be like, okay, we're doing like we need to get like a little book trip together out there for this. And see, in theory, I would love that, but in reality, I'm the most awkward bitch ever, and people would be like, it would not work out well. I would just love to watch from afar.
Right, like just I'll let one of y'all can have it.
Oh my God,
I'm lying. I'd be on that stage. I'm lying. I'll be on that stage.
You'll have to send me a video next time you find one.
Oh my gosh, girl, I'm about to send you one when we're done.
Please do. Please do. And that's the thing. I remember when that cover came out, because I'm so unattracted to blonde men. No shade, there are going to be no blonde men in the comments here, but I'm just like, don't really like men with blonde hair. But him, I was like, that cover is so fine. Like
that man is hot.
Because normally, like, it would be like the cover, like the Garrett cover, you know, like it's more like that is kind of like more my speed, which like I love that cover. That guy is so hot. But really,
I did not like Garrett's cover.
I do.
Jack's the Give Me More was doing it for me.
Yeah, that is a good one. And
which I don't like blonde guys either. I think it was his like more like his face and his eyes that was doing it for me.
He's delivering. He was
delivering the look.
Yes. Yeah. See, I have America's Next Top Model on in the background. Like,
you want to be on top?
You're smizing.
Girl, I used to love that show on, what was it? The Go-Sees?
Yes. Oh, yes. Loved the Go-Sees. Oh, I just love this show. That's
the show of my youth. I used to love, me and my sister used to eat that up. Like, we thought we were models too.
Oh my God, yes. I remember I would take my softball pictures and I would be like, Tyra Banks, I'm here. I'm just posing with my bat.
Right. I just want somebody to discover me in the mall somewhere. Like, please. Right? I'm cute.
I'm tall, but then they'd be like, you quite like, you don't. Yeah. They wouldn't tell me I'm too fat, but they would like tell me with their eyes.
Like, you're basically telling me without telling me. Thank you. Don't waste my time.
Yeah. Yeah. They'd be like, come see me when you lose half of your body weight.
I don't think, but that's the point. Like, half the time I want to read stuff I'm not really going to be doing in real life anyways. Come on now. Like, otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think I have this book on my TBR. I think that sounds familiar. Because doesn't he break her leg?
That ain't sexy.
Is that the one? Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not the one where he breaks her leg?
Is that foreplay? Like, did he do it on purpose?
I feel like, just confirm. I think if I'm remembering correctly, it's maybe that he did that to her like years ago, and then now they fall in love. Like like he was her bully and broke her leg.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking, like, did he take like break a leg seriously? Like, cause she's a ballerina? Like, what's happening here?
Someone please confirm that.
Unconditional, yes.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. She's 17, which again, like, don't come after my girl Kubi either. But like once again, we have
same thing, same concept.
We have the same thing going on here.
Don't come for Lucia. I didn't think it was grooming, because the thing is, if you really paid attention to the series, a lot of the times that they were intimate was Rhea begging for it. Like, I'm not gonna say she seduced him, because like she was awkward, but also like, and he's a grown man, he could have like controlled himself, but a lot of the times it was him trying to resist her, and her like, I want to do this, because I mean, she's 18, her hormones are out of control, they're not like mature yet, so it was not grooming to me personally.
I know. I get no vibes from that either.
I didn't get that. Hail Mary to me is cuter than Quarterback Sneaks cover. But I also don't like orange like that either.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I have a prejudice against yellow, like anything yellow and like orangey. I just don't love that. I love like a blue, a green, red. That's fine, but
Savage
Lover. Yes. That dude's hot.
Boy, Daddy Nero and the Savage, girl. Hot. I love Nero as a daddy.
Oh, I can't wait to see him as a dad. See, that's
he does not play about Sabrina.
Okay, that makes me so excited, because like in Falls Boys, seeing Jared and Jax be dad, even though you just kind of see him a little bit from afar, like you see Jax a little bit more obviously because it's their son, but even just seeing them, I'm just like, when they all showed up to like kind of threaten the Heron, I was like, stop it.
He's a great dad. Oh, I like it, but I've also met that guy in person, and he is the sweetest person ever.
Fun.
He's so sweet. He's also a photographer, which is always funny when he ends up on covers.
Yeah, interesting.
He photographs a lot of like romance book covers, which is why he goes to a lot of signings, because then he'll sign people's books while he's there.
Ooh.
I mean, he's. I don't know if I would have pictured him for this cover, but I guess it makes sense because he's like in his 50s.
Yeah.
Highest bidder.
Yeah.
She said it's like a 30-40 age gap. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. And I think you said Pleasure Dom too. I think for that one, I was like, Sarah, don't
gimme.
Like, okay, Sarah, thank you. I agree. That is one of my favorite book covers of all time. I think that cover
is a beautiful cover.
Stunning, and it's beautiful in person too, because you see so much of the like detail that you can't like tell on the screen. It's stunning.
I started to read Hush Hush. Yes. I know. I need to read it. It's on my 2023 list. I need to read it before the end of the year.
That's okay. I only just read that last year, and I had bought it immediately after I bought all of the balanced paperbacks in like 2020. So it took me 2 years to read it,
and you liked it, right?
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I don't love it as much as this series, but
obviously,
yeah, I don't love anything as much as this series.
Oh, I will not be buying them covers.
Those are ugly. Sorry, Sarah. Love you. Love your books. Those are
y'all screenshot it and send it to her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I ain't like them. I ain't gonna buy them.
No. Oh. But all the man covers, I'll buy. I eat them up. I have them on my shelf.
Those new covers give me Sylvia Day, E.L. James vibes, and that's not what we want. No. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that.
No.
Hard pass.
I don't like it. I do like her discreet cover of Beautiful Sinner and like Burn for Me. Like those are pretty, but not the traditionally published ones that now are coming out of those.
I actually bought both covers of Burn for Me at the last signing I went to from her because I couldn't decide. So I was like, okay.
I don't know. I don't know which one to pick. I would be in the same problem. I haven't bought either copy, but I plan to buy one, and I don't know which one to pick because I do.
Because they're both nice. Okay, I'll buy it.
Is that I think the Candy Steiner ones again? Because those are little.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Question mark. Way too bully.
Thank you, Kamal. Okay, yes, he broke her leg.
It's like I want you to read this so you can tell me how bad it is.
Oh, okay. Here, they got into a car wreck and her leg is broken. Oh, so he like broke her leg, but he didn't like take a hammer to it.
See, I thought this man like took his foot and like stepped on her knee.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I was like, how he gonna come back from that?
You know what? I will read this. I put it on my TBR, Caitlin. So yes, I will read this and I will let you know. I still need to read Untouchable.
I do too. Nikki is dying for me to read it.
I know.
And I have it on my shelf. There's nothing stopping me from reading it.
Nope. I've downloaded it on my Kindle before, and then I've returned it without reading it.
Just lazy. I'm just lazy.
I just get distracted by other things. Although I finally did read my first Sam Mariano book, and it was Stitches, and that was so good.
I want to read Stitches because I like Minaj.
Yes. It was so hot. It was good.
Because the guys don't get together, right?
No.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll still read it.
I know. I'm kind of like, you sure you don't want to like do anything together?
Bit.
But no,
they didn't. No, I'll still read it.
Yes, so good.
They're like, y'all ain't talking about Off Balance no more.
I know. I'm so sorry. We have like completely.
I cannot wait to read Untouchable. Saffron Kent.
It is by Saffron Kent. Yes, they do give.
Y'all know how I feel about Sylvia Day. You know what's funny? If you go back and look at one of the last pictures.
Sorry, that was.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh God. I'm sorry. If you look at Sam's last picture she posted on Instagram, and like I was just randomly looking, and if you look at it, the ripped up pages she used as the background were the Sylvia Day.
Are you serious?
And I messaged her and I was like, genius. And she's like, it felt so good to rip them out of the book.
You need to look at that.
Because I saw like a sentence familiar. I was laughing so hard.
Oh my God.
I was I need to do the same thing. Because I hated that book.
Oh my God. I didn't realize she did that.
I was cracking up so hard at work when I saw it. And I was like, that's such a genius idea.
That's really funny.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
I love that. I mean, yeah, I thought about doing that, of doing like a book wall. I don't have the space for it in my apartment right now, but like when I move into a 2-bedroom, like doing, and that like being my background. But then I'm looking at my books and I'm like, I don't know what I would like tear up to pieces. But after reading Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, I'm like, I'd rip that book up.
Rip it up. I would rip. I'm gonna rip up them Sylvia Days. I really will. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it didn't hold up for me on the reread. I loved that series when I originally read it, back when it was like my first romance series that I read after reading it after. Like I loved it then, just not as much now.
Like if I reread 50 Shades of Grey right now, it probably would not pass the test. So I'm not gonna reread it.
Yeah, I DNF'd 50 Shades. I tried to read it. I
loved it
2 years ago. I tried to read it for a vlog, and I didn't even get through the first book.
I loved it.
Dude, I love watching Sam rip books apart. Even when it's books that I love, like she hated Adeline, and she hated Where the Mountains Meet the Sea, and I love both those books, but I still loved hearing her.
I just love listening to her talk. It's hilarious.
Yeah, because she's like, she doesn't care. She's like, this book is garbage, and like, if you like it, too bad for you. Like,
what's funny is her personality is like that in person, which makes it so much more fun when you hang out with her. Yeah,
and sometimes even over text, I'll be like, do you like me? But I know this is like her personality, but I'm just like, you think I'm funny? But it's just straight up.
It's just her.
Yep. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
See, it's like then the nostalgia of it, that like, fair enough. I just feel like I missed out on the boat with 50 Shades. I missed out.
Ultimately, you're not missing. If you didn't like Sylvia Day, well, if Sylvia Day didn't hold up on the reread, 50 Grades ain't holding up. 50 Grades, 50 Shades, shit. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just talking. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
But here's the thing: the movies. It's about time for my annual rewatch, and I will be rewatching all 3 of them because I love those movies.
Her little booty get on my nerve every time it shows up in the screen. I don't know why. It annoyed me so much. I'm just like, she is not what I pictured for this girl.
That's like, hard. That's hard when it's
hard.
In the picture. Yeah.
But like they were good. Like they were good at adaptations for the most part. But like the books, like obviously, are always gonna be better.
They are. They're just gonna stand out more. And also too, here's the thing. I think all the time that I'm like, what I would give to see like some of these books be recreated into movies, especially like HBO Max or like limited series. That way we can get a little something, something.
A little
But here's the
something.
thing, it would just never stand up. It would
No.
like even those scenes, because you can't go all the way unless if it's literally going to be on an online website. We can't get the full thing.
The good websites.
Yeah, so it's like, do we actually
It's not going to
want
hit
those?
as well. Like literally, I was at work today listening to an audiobook, and it was getting there, and I'm like, just type in, and I'm just like, this could never be a movie, but I'm just like, this is not something I should be listening to it like. Right, it was getting good. I was like, I'm typing faster.
Yeah. Oh my God, when I was listening to a certain scene in Block Shot at the end when Jared's doing like a little certain something to Banner. I was listening to that when I was grocery shopping, and I was like, I should not
be doing this
food when I'm like listening to this, because it's just.
Because then sometimes my boss will knock on my door, and I'm just like trying to turn my AirPod off. Like, yes.
What did you need? Or now,
right.
I don't know about you, but Hoopla, it like takes up the whole screen now with the book cover. It used to just be like the Spotify. I realized that when I was in the office the other day, and I was reading Bad Boy Blues by Saffron Count with a shirtless man on the cover, and my boss comes over, and my phone's like sitting here, and he stands there for me to pause it, and I'm like, you just fully saw that I have a shirtless man. Like, not that I'm that ashamed, but it's also like my boss, Literally,
that happened to me today. I went in his office for a meeting, and like my phone was face up, and like the audiobook is like a shirtless guy with like a woman's hands like just on his ass. And like my screen lit up with a notification, and I was like, oh no.
Quick alert. Yeah, shut that down. No one needs to be seeing that. Nope. I always have a book in the back of my head. I'm like, okay, Michaela, what are you reading today? If anyone asks you, and it's like A Chronic Guild of Bones. Okay. That's what I will be saying if someone asks.
Oh, I'm just reading a memoir right now,
Just like I'm reading a self-help book.
Self-help. I need all the
help. Reading about leaders of America or something. I'm reading about
how to win friends and influence people.
Yeah. Yep. Just some casual reading.
Way too many releases. There are so many just literally in the past few days. There were a lot of new releases.
I'm bad with this. I'm so bad of keeping up with new releases. So
there's a lot.
Yep. Thank you. So glad that we could be entertaining for you this evening.
I truly love Michaela though.
I know, dude. I love you too. And I feel like we have not really been on honestly that many live shows together.
No, we haven't. Like outside of like maybe one or two sprints or something like that, but not really.
Yeah. So see, this is like this is fun.
I just bother you behind the scenes.
Exactly. But now
I'm sending them booty videos after this. I'm sending them.
I will be mad if you didn't.
Girl, you'll be hearing from this phone and immediately go to his Instagram.
Yeah, you'll be here. See, I'm gonna have to shower after this, and then when I get out of the shower, I better have like notifications of booties on my phone.
You gonna have some booties. You gonna have some booties.
If I don't, your next painting just may arrive with like a big hole punched through it of being like, you didn't send me the booties. You're getting a broken painting.
Booty.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Look like thank you.
Thank you very much. What can we do?
This is us in our natural habitat.
Truly. I mean, this is how it would be if we were not even on live. So
this is me on any given day.
Yeah. This is us on a random ass Thursday night, and I feel like I'm like hyped up,
But this is why after lives, I always will film a video because I'm just like, I already have the energy. Am I gonna do that tonight? No, but usually I do. I'm just not gonna do it tonight.
Yeah, because you kind of get like amped up a little bit, where then it's like a good mood to film in. Yeah. Rather than like sometimes when you sit down and you're like, I don't feel like filming, and then people can tell where when you're kind of like hyped up.
I'm trying to figure out like another ranty video idea because like when I'm in a mood, I like to film ranty videos, but I don't have anything to rant about.
Yeah.
Like I have so much positive stuff to talk about. I'm like, this is not going to do.
See, I was thinking about making a video of like authors that like I've read and don't plan on ever picking up, kind of like with the Jessica Hawkins or like certain things. Well, not that I don't plan on ever picking up another book, but just authors that like I don't really want to read any more from. But then here's the thing: I could see so many people getting like, and I don't want to deal with it.
Who wants to deal with that?
Yeah.
Who wants to deal with
I'm too sensitive for that. So no,
and
thank you.
I'll fight him for you. So
see, yeah.
Like, why are you talking to her?
And then I'll be like, you know what? Don't talk to me. Please refer to Caitlin because she will do the defending.
Ain't nobody tell you to watch this video. No how.
Because I'm anxious. Dude, back when I first started making videos, when I got called an incestuous hillbilly on my TikTok once. So then I like privated my account.
Girl, what?
Because I posted about Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma in my top 10 of like 2020. And someone called me an incestuous hillbilly. And I like privated my whole account. I like went through 3 days of like, I was like, I'm hated. It's like one person said that.
Well,
and
I would have lit them up. Oh my God. That's so offensive.
Right. I was like, first of all, I live in Wisconsin. So
first of all,
so can you call me a hillbilly living in the Midwest?
Thank you. And if I wanted to be an incestuous hillbilly, that is my business. That's my business. Okay? It's my business.
Excuse me. That's what I should have said. Like, if that's how I want to be, my business. Excuse me.
My business. Mine. Oh. This is my circle. This is yours. And you coming over in this side and you need to stay over there.
Yeah. I'm like, in all reality, I'm like, they're probably like 13 years old.
Really? Or like
one of like the little book talk girlies who like reads YA fantasy and found my profile somehow and is like,
girl, every time I see like now like content creators are like I thought I was young, but then I see people are like 19 and 20, like reading what we're reading and like, you know, like developing taste and stuff like that. And like they have all these opinions and I'm just like, bro, like your voice hasn't even dropped and like what are you doing? Like it really throws me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throws me off.
Yeah. Also like them, especially like, okay, I'm not trying to like out myself on here, but especially like some of them like 18, 19-year-olds already reading like super heavy smut. Like I can't imagine what reading that then would have done for me in like later years to come for me. Like, you know, like that's something, not like any shame around that or anything. Right. It's just like, I don't know what that would have done for my head with like expectations.
Not much. Like, I feel like I can appreciate it and piece it up a little more now. Like back then, I thought like Twilight was spicy. I thought like, shoot, I was reading Sweet Valley High and thought that was doing something.
I remember the makeout scene between Triss and Four and Insurgent and being like,
I love that.
Like, wow, she's really like going there.
Good Lord, they're kissing. Like, I thought it was doing something. Like, I would, if I had read this stuff, and my mom was cool about like whatever I read because she was a librarian. So she wanted me to have the exposure, but I don't know if I could have read stuff like that. The spiciest I ever got probably was Christine Feehan, which is like an older dark romance author who writes like literally 2 or 3 books a year. And her stuff was so spicy. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't have been reading that in high school, but it doesn't hold a torch to like the contemporary indie stuff.
Yeah.
In terms of spice.
Yeah.
Like,
now or even like after, because that was my first ever spicy book and I remember being like, oh, this is like so wild, and then rereading I was like, oh, this is actually like pretty tame. Like it's still like there, but it's just, you know, it's not anything like insane like I remembered it being.
Where's the scratch marks?
Yeah I'm like, what? There's no like knives now, there's no like multiple people.
What is this missionary foolishness?
No. Oh my God. Isn't that crazy how that perspective changes?
That is hilarious.
I'm just going to book Bonanza and potentially going to the one in Chicago. I don't think I have a ticket. I don't know if I have a ticket or not. So potentially Chicago.
Like time is a ticket. I'm also going to book Bonanza, and then I'm going to Love in Seattle in literally 2 months in February. No, April.
That's so exciting. Seattle seems so cool.
I know. I'm nervous about the time change because it's 3 hours behind. So I already know it's going to be like horrible jet lag when I'm there and when I get back. But other than that, I'm excited. I'm just excited.
Yeah.
I'm ready to squeeze everybody. Are the kitties eating each other?
No, there's like this huge banging going on out in the hallway that it's like What are you doing? I live with like all old people, so I don't know what they would be doing. And except for my neighbors have kids and they always scream. And I'm like, you better not say anything about my TV when I can hear your 4-year-old like having a meltdown.
I haven't even read the words. I know.
It's so good. It's long though, so like I understand. Like it's a lot to commit to.
I tried to start the audiobook and I was like, we ain't about to do this today. Whatever day I had started, and I was like,
it's heavy. It's a heavy book, but oof, so good. I haven't read The Choice. I plan on it, but I want to see how long the consequence is first.
Doesn't one of the groups have that like as a book club pick? No? Am I confused?
Do Sam and Tori, or is it Jess and Lacey?
I know somebody has the words, and then somebody else has like another release.
Someone has The Choice as theirs. I don't. Who is that?
I don't know. I'm confused.
And because see, they don't make like posts about that, so I don't know. Someone has
Ravished by Romance was doing one. I think Jessica and Lacey were doing a popular-ish book, and then Sam and Tori were doing one. I don't remember.
Oh, Sam and Tori are doing Powerless.
That's what it was.
I think then Lacey and Jess are doing The Choice.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yes.
I guess I should get
that is so. I hate people sometimes. I really hate people sometimes.
Yeah, it was very rude.
It's so rude.
And see, again, it was back before I was like connected with anyone in the community too, so I didn't even have anyone to like tell about it.
Right.
Even like my friends in real life, like I didn't tell any of them because I also didn't like tell them that I was reading a book about a brother and a sister. So I genuinely just sat there in my little like incestuous hillbilly hellscape.
Oh my gosh, like that's funny but not funny.
Yeah, it's like funny. I can laugh at it now because now if someone commented that, I would kind of be like, yeah, whatever. But back,
whatever. We get down in Wisconsin. It's what's up.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Fair.
Hunger Games was hot.
Yeah. I remember thinking that was like, oh, okay. Listen.
Ooh.
Justin Bieber fanfic. Love how specific that is. MM romance is great. I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
See, if I was caught up on comments, I would have seen everyone saying Lacey and
we talk too much. That's the problem.
That's the problem. And see, I get distracted. And yeah, Sam and Tori are doing.
This is why we'll be on here too long because me and you get distracted.
I know. It's like we have no one to. We don't have like Cheyenne here to like
to moderate us. She let the kids out the cage.
Honestly, I know she was on mom duties tonight with her real kids, but she wasn't on mom duties tonight to get us in line.
Yeah, that MM. Once you read your first MM, because I think my first MM was Damaged Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie.
Ooh, okay.
Because I did not know that. Because it's like the guy's name was like Pharaoh and Maximoff, and they call him Mafi. Obviously, the like not Luna. What's their names? Lo and Leela's Lily, whatever them bitches' names is. Their son and his bodyguard Pharaoh. But I thought Pharaoh was a woman's name, and so I remember opening the book and reading. And I kept waiting for a woman to show up, and then no woman showed up. And I realized it was MM, and I was like, "Ooh!" It's like, okay, where is this going?
Is Like Us like spicier than Addicted?
A little bit, yeah.
Not that like I needed it to be, because like I don't care. Like I loved those books, even though I feel like they're like pretty tame.
I love seeing them as like parents because like what's funny is the way they wrote the kids' books. It's like a lot of similarities to their parents. Like even some of the ways like they talk, and like sounds and faces they make during sex is like very similar to their parents. Like as weird as it is to think about. But I'm like, yeah, y'all are related.
Okay. I'm mostly like, I am excited for those first 3, but I'm mostly excited for Jane just because of her being Connor and Rose's daughter. Like,
oh my gosh, her and Thatcher are so cute. They're so cute.
They're just like, oh, I'm just excited for that. That is a valid reason. That is a valid reason.
Gail was a sellout.
Yeah. Fake. Foster. Oh. Lexi, drop the title. Thank you. It's not Fade to Black, but it's
not like every other chapter.
Yeah, and it's not super descriptive.
It's
I'd
more
say
like an emotional smut.
Yeah, I'd say Rose and Connors is a little bit more. I'd say maybe because they're into like a little bit of interesting stuff. And Reich and Daisy's is maybe a little bit more, but I honestly feel like Lily and Lowe's is not as spicy as you would think with her being a sex addict.
Exactly. So it's still good though. Like I'll recommend those like all the time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they don't need to be like overly spicy, you know, like the emotions and the characters and the writing carries it.
Carries it all.
Mine was Him by Al Kendi and Serena Bowen. I
love that audio. That audio was so good.
Ooh. I need to reread it and listen to the audio because I think that
was so good.
And I love because it's Him and Us. Us is actually my favorite out of the two because it really dives into like their mental health a little bit, and I like that.
I just like seeing them kind of navigate their relationship and like watching him like realize like the whole secrecy of their relationship was like grating on both of them. I like watching that part.
Yeah, agreed. Yes. We'll see. There's gonna be PETA slander. I don't know.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. But it's got a booty. Oh, okay.
Don't mind that book by Marley Valentine that Tiffany was reading. She has the cover with like the booty devilry, and actually the book was good. I gave it 4 stars. The booty was accurate. I liked it.
Was it? Okay. I do have that book on my TBR.
It had like twink vibes though. Like where like the guy was like he wasn't like feminine, but he was like so like small and he's like 18. And then like the other dude, and I don't think it helped I listened to the audiobook because like one narrator was like and the other narrator sounded 12. And it kind of threw me off. Like I don't think I would have noticed it as much if I just read the ebook. So it was funny, but I liked them together because I guess that's also kind of like an age gap because he's like much older than him, like maybe like in his 30s, so like late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
And he's a freshman in college.
Okay.
It was delicious. That booty was sexy. That's what got me to read the book. Honestly, that's what
Speaking of booties, that one cover that you posted recently, like that novella cover.
And it's not even a novella, it's full length.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I thought it was a novella. That cover, I was like,
I call it the booty book.
Wild. Because I remember that was like the first thing I opened on Instagram on like Monday morning. And I was like, Caitlin, why are you starting my week?
What you doing? What you doing this early in the morning? It's so good.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was good. But that cover though, no, the cover of it, I think because it's like a BDSM relationship. And Makita's like, what was that? I think it's Devilry by Marley Valentine. I think it's that one, like that series she has, like where all of them are like college professors, I think. But that one is MM. And he's I hate saying this. I'm not gonna say it again, but yes, that he is a little more on the effeminate side, and I mean that like in the best way possible. Like it's not like an MM book, kind of like Him and Us, where it's kind of like, you know, they're kind of like the same playing ground. Like he's literally 18, fresh out of high school, with parents who didn't accept the fact that he was gay. Like, because he has a horrible relationship with his parents, so it's kind of almost like the professor kind of gave him room to grow into his sexuality and be like more comfortable with it. since he's like out, he's older and everything like that. So he kind of just like gave him room to express himself, but then they also just happened to fall in love because they actually did have a lot in common.
Okay.
So it was good. I liked it.
That sounds really
I definitely want to read more from Marley Valentine.
I have one of her books on my 23 to read in 2023, Without You. I think it's like
that one.
Yeah, it's like what a brother's ex, but like the brother's dead. So
the
then
brother's
it's the
dead. I want to read that one.
Yeah.
They said like, it's very emotional.
Yeah.
I think Hoopla has the audio. I might listen to the audio.
Oh, does it really?
I think my Hoopla has the audio.
I'll have to look.
Is this one Minaj?
Complicated Hearts? I think that's
or what is this one?
I don't know. Is that The Choice and the Consequence? Is that what it's called?
But that's another duet. I think that's another duet she has.
I don't know. It's not the Devil one. The Devil and what's the Devil's Advocate? That one's wild. Wild.
That's really fun to read. Right. I don't know like the term. Like nobody canceled me, but like that's the term on porn sites. So like that's what I used. I'm sorry. Like I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. Like that's the term.
Oh,
come on
now. My God.
That's the term. I didn't know what to say. Like, yeah, we'll just say more feminine in books. Like we'll be politically correct. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to say. Oh my gosh. I'm being honest, y'all. Come on now.
I mean,
it's true though. We do need more of them. We do. We and it was really good. It was really good.
Have you read Groupie by C.M. Stunich?
No, is that on White Shoes?
Yes. Because if you haven't, you should. Because here's the thing. First of all, our heroine Lilith, she bangs 4 of the dudes back to back to back on the first night that she meets them, and you get details of all 4. And I was like, what is this? And then so it's her with, is it 5 or 6 dudes? Maybe it's 3 that she does the first night, whatever. Regardless, so the first book is all about them with her, but then there gets to be the 2, the saddest one and the meanest one end up like who like hate each other the most. They end up obviously loving each other, and then they get some action. Dude, you'd love it. You would.
Let me go ahead and add that to my TBR.
It's so good. So it's 3 books. It's a trilogy, but they're all like under 300 pages. They're like really quick and just like really bingeable, and they're so dramatic and like extra. So fun. They're so fun. Yeah, and they're like on tour. They're rock stars. It's fun.
I like it.
You have to read. Anyways, well. It's not. Well, is it 11 o'clock? Oh no, you're only 1 hour ahead. I was about to be like,
no, it should be like maybe like 10-ish, maybe because it's been 2 hours. So for me, it's probably like
it's 9:05 here, so it's 10:05 then for you. So, we've been on here for a while. Oh, is this another MM one?
I want to read the Onley James series with the like snakes on the cover. What's the series? I don't know what the series name is, but I want to read that series because I
know what covers you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Dang, now I want to know what the name of the series was, but I want to read that one next.
Yeah, because Victoria loves those.
She loves it.
Those a lot. Onley James. So,
she's on my
all right, everyone. Well, thanks to everyone who read the Off Balance series, who gave it a go and like came into it with an open mind and trusted the process
and loved it. Even if you didn't love it, glad you tried.
Yeah, at least points for trying. I'm glad you guys joined us. This was a fun live show. Obviously, we went off topic, but it wouldn't be fun if you didn't, you know? So anyways.
You can't leave me and Michaela alone together.
No, because we'll rack up 2 hours.
Because I feel wide awake.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, let's end it with this just right there. Soulmates. So
love.
You know, we'll let you know. Maybe we'll make this a reoccurring thing. So anyways, all right, everyone. Have a good night, and we'll see you later. Bye.